Hello there, my name is Matthew Johnson. I am the founder of SSS, which is a near enough six-figure consulting business. And today, I really just wanted to provide some real value. So in one take, I have some notes here. I'm going to show you exactly how I think about pricing and how I would price my services if I were you, okay? I know there's a lot of questions in the agency space and especially more recently in the coaching space. We don't work with coaches, but this also applies to coaches. So if you are a coach, you can definitely use this as well. So there's four main things that I want to go over today. No intros, no fancy anything. I just want to give you guys some raw value, okay? Not going to waste any more time. Let's get straight into it, okay? If I can pull up, for fuck's sake. Here we go. Okay, cool. So the first thing that I wanted to cover is price to value discrepancy. So I won't do the full word, but price to value discrepancy, okay? And so you might already know what that means from $100 million offers. If you haven't read $100 million offers, by the way, go read it. It's an amazing book. But yeah, price to value discrepancy is the first one. I'm going to show you how that works. So we have two lines. We have this line, which is your value. And then we have this line, which is your price, okay? So we have the line of value and we have the line of price. Yeah, that's a dollar sign. The way to think about this is that when the value is below the price, so when this happens, right here, this spot right here, this is called the point of cancellation. So obviously, when the value is far less than the price, that is when people are going to cancel, obviously, okay? And so we want to make this discrepancy here as like far away as possible, okay? Ideally, so right now this discrepancy looks like this. Ideally, your discrepancy is like that, okay? You want to make it as massive as possible. And with price to value discrepancy, there are two ways to do that. So way one is let's say one is when we have value here, right? Same as before, but then we drop price down to here, yeah? So this is way one, super, same value, but low price. This is great because obviously we have this big discrepancy here, but the issue is that price can only be reduced to 0. Now, for model 2, let's say we have the price here, where I was before, we have the price here. Actually, what we'll do is we'll say the price is here. So obviously that's going to be bad, right? Because if the value's still here, then it's way below the point of cancellation. So we have price here, but then we have value all the way up here, okay? And this is really what you want your discrepancy to look like. I can't even see it. Where is it? Yeah, here, it's all the way up here. So if you can have a discrepancy like this, so basically the cool thing about this is that with model 1, your price can only go down to 0. And that's basically charity work, unless you're paying people to use your stuff. But with number 2, the price is very high, but the cool thing is that value can be scaled up to infinity. You can never have there's never too much value. You can always increase your value, and so that means you can charge this higher price. Obviously, this price is much higher than this price. You can charge this higher price and still have a way better discrepancy, purely based on the amount of value that you provide. Okay, when you're providing value at this level, or ideally even this level, that's what's really going to elevate you and make you stand out. Okay, and this is something you really need to think about. You can't be doing what everybody else is doing. You need to position your services. Maybe you can be doing the same services. Obviously, it's better if you don't. You can literally be doing the same services, but if you just position it in a different way, and what positioning is just your offer. Your offer is the way you position your services. That's more or less the definition of offer. If you can just position it in a different way, then that's really what you need to do, okay? So that's the first one, price to value discrepancy. You can either reduce your cost to 0 or increase your value to infinity. So obviously, the right thing you should probably be doing is figuring out how you can increase your value. And one thing, when it comes to increasing value, because obviously, if you look at this, what's the goal here? The goal is to increase your value. So how do you increase value? One thing when it comes to increasing value is that more, let's bring on my artistic abilities. More dog shit doesn't equal more value. This is a bit of a terrible drawing. More value. There we go. More dog shit doesn't equal more value, okay? So if you're right now, let's say you're an agency and you do Facebook ads and you do lead nurturing, okay? doing Facebook ads and Google ads and YouTube ads and lead nurturing isn't more value. Adding more fluff and adding more shit doesn't equal more value. The key with adding more value is that more is less. Okay, you want to be obviously providing value, but the way you can't do that by just adding more shit. You want to do less, and you want to do less better. Okay, so instead of doing, like, look at perfect example, Brian Moncada. Brian Moncada is the founder of adspend.com. He's a YouTube ads agency that works with info product businesses, and is about 400K per month. And he really uses this some framework of more is less perfectly. Okay, he doesn't do YouTube ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, lead nurturing, database activation, SEO. He doesn't do all of that bullshit. All he does is YouTube ads, and because of that, he's the most sought after YouTube ads agency in his entire niche. Okay, more is less. Do one thing or at least one service system and be really good at it. Okay, so that's the first thing. Price value discrepancy. Raise your value. Second thing we have here is the virtuous. I'm not gonna write the virtuous versus the vicious pricing cycle. Okay, and so if I just look this up, to get a picture, vicious pricing cycle. This is also from $100 million offers, and really a lot of things that I've learned are from Alex Hormozy. He's a genius, and so as you can see here, if you can get like a more, maybe this one, there we go, cool. So hopefully you should be able to see this. I'm gonna run you through this right now. So basically what it means, like it's like it might look complicated, but all it's saying is that the higher you make your prices, the better everything gets. So when you increase your prices, you get more emotional investment, more perceived value, more results, less demandingness, and more revenue for fulfillment per customer. Okay, and it's obviously the opposite when you decrease. And when you decrease your price, you get decreased profit, decreased perceived value of self, decreased perception of impact, decreased service levels, decreased sales to conviction. Okay, increase your price. That's the whole lesson from this one. Is just increase your price. Yeah, that's literally it. Everything gets better when you increase your price. Everything gets worse when you decrease your price. This is why I'm actually pretty against the Hamza model of charging, making a school community and charging $9 per month, $25 per month, like a low ticket like that. I'm actually more against that, and I'm more towards if you are doing coaching, you charging like 1K, 2K, 3K per month. Okay, so second thing, virtuous versus vicious, and it's literally just this. Go look this up right now, and you can have a read through. All it is increase our prices and everything gets better. Okay, that's virtuous versus vicious pricing cycle. That's number 2. Second thing is price as a communication of value. Okay, so price as a communication of value. So the way that this works is higher prices equals more value. Okay, and this might seem kind of counterintuitive. Like if it's lower price, then there's lower risk, there's lower cost, so it should be more valuable. But no, price is a communication of value. If something costs a lot more, then it's gonna seem better. Okay, and this is another cheat code you can use with this one here, with the price of value discrepancy. When you raise this, this just goes up, and so obviously that doesn't work that doesn't work to failure. If you're here and then you raise this all the way up here, your value might only go up to here. So this is still going to be bad. So don't just use this. You can't have a shit product and then sell it for 5K per month. Okay, that's not going to work. But making it 5K per month is going to increase the value and the perceived value. And so that's 2 things, right? It's gonna it makes it look more valuable, and it actually makes it more valuable, because I'll just fuck off the Miro. I'll go full screen and I'll explain this. The way that it works is when you charge more, number one, it's higher perceived value. And the reason for that is because, I actually just got a limiting belief that because my room is a bit messy right now, people wouldn't listen to me. And that's actually another thing I'm going to write down right now is beliefs. So I'll write that down right now, and I'll say that for later. We'll go there in a bit. But as I was saying, let's go back. Let's see what I was saying before. Yeah, so price is a communication of value, okay? And so as I said, 2 ways. Number one, perceived value. when someone hasn't bought the program or the course of the agency, whatever you're selling, when someone hasn't bought it, then it's going to seem better. Because like if everybody's charging 5K in a market and then you're charging 20K per month, like obviously that's ridiculous, but like let's use it as an example. For example, gym launch, they charge 16K upfront. So if your regular gym agency is charging 1,500 per month, and then a gym owner sees gym launch and it's 16K upfront, they're gonna think like, wow, these guys are doing something different, and you know they have a bunch of happy clients. That shit must work, and there must be a reason why it's so expensive. So that's number one, perceived value, and number two is real value. Okay, real value just means it's actually gonna make the product better. Because let's say you're charging $9 per month. If you sign a client for $9, not a lot you can do with $9. But if you sign a client with 10K, you can put that 10K towards like paying for guest calls, paying someone to make you a new course in your program. You can do a lot with the money and make the program better as a result of the money. Okay, perfect example is, I'll pull this up right now, Adana School. Okay, Adana School is like $129 a month. It's a low ticket, but it still works because there's a bunch of students in it, so obviously it still works. And like look at this, all the stuff that like he's doing right now. Like he has weekly calls with Matthew Dix, and these calls he pays Matthew like £300 per call, and it's a weekly call. If he was charging like 1 cent, then obviously he couldn't do this. Ibrahim, he's probably like all the guest calls that he has. I assume at least some of them, like look at all these calls, Maddie, with Ed Lawrence. There's so many people on these calls. The reason he can do this is because he has money to reinvest. Okay, if you look at the classroom, look he this program, where is it? This one with Musa, Make Money on TikTok. He paid Musa like 10K, and so if he didn't have 10K, then he couldn't provide this extra value. So the second thing is, price is literally going to make your product more valuable. Okay, so price, increase perceived value, and increase value. So like once again, price your shit, like make it more expensive. Okay. Number 4 is pricing models. So I want to give you just like a few examples of pricing models that you can use. Number 1 is obviously the retainer. So this is very simple. This is what most private coaches do and a lot of agencies do. So it's like, you know, 1,500 per month, for example, is a retainer. I'll just give you the pricing models before I go into them. Number 1, retainer. Number 2 is PPR. So this is something like 100 per job, right? Let's say you're working with painters and you get them a job, they pay you $100. Obviously this is like arbitrary. I'm not telling you that a job is worth $100. It's probably worth a lot more. I'm just giving you examples, okay? So number 1, retainer. Number 2, pay per result. Number 3, I would say like there's a bunch of hybrids, which we'll get into in a second. Number 3 is upfront. So maybe it's just, you know, like 6K upfront, and then that's it, and that covers all of it. And so what I was talking about before was hybrids, is that each one of these can kind of work with each other. Okay, so you can have upfront and then pay per result. So it's 2K upfront and then $100 per appointment. Or maybe it's upfront plus retainer, it's 4K upfront and then 2.5K per month. It can be retainer plus pay per result, it's $1,500 per month and $40 per show, right? There are so many, like, these are like the 3 main ones. Pay per result, I guess like you can say 2.1. You have pay per result, and then you have commission, which is it's more or less the same as pay per result, but it's you're kind of taking a percentage. So maybe it's like 15% of sales. So if you're working with an ecom brand and they sell camping equipment and you're running Facebook ads for them and you get them 100K in sales, you take 15%, right? That's another example, but it's the same thing as pay per result, and you can combine this with retainer or upfront or other versions of pay per result, right? These are like the main 3. It's retainer, pay per result, and upfront. You can combine any of these. And one big thing I would tell you when it comes to picking your pricing model is don't copy. Okay, you're gonna look into your market and you're gonna see, okay, in my market, a lot of people are doing pay per result. Should I do pay per result? Do not look at your competition to decide. If you look at them and then you maybe this is something that a lot of people do, which is a terrible idea, which is another point, is they look at what their competition is doing and they give it a little bit more value and they charge a little bit less. So obviously the discrepancy is higher, which makes your offer more valuable, and you end up selling more for less. This is actually a terrible idea, because what it does is it commoditizes you. So it makes you look like everybody else. So if you don't look at your competitors at all and you say, okay, my value in terms of monetary value that I'm giving my clients, it's like 100K. if you have a really good service, like your value might be 100K. So I'm gonna charge 20K up front, and I'm gonna charge 5K per month. And then everybody else in your little niche is like being a bitch, and they're looking at the competitors. Okay, I'll say, okay, I'll charge $12.50 per month. You're gonna stand out so much. You're gonna sign more clients because your offer looks better, and you're obviously gonna make a fuck ton more money because you're signing more clients for a lot more. Okay, and you'll probably give better results because higher price equals more value. Okay, so it's all around like a really great idea to make more money. I mean, there's nothing wrong with making more money. Okay, so yeah, number 4 was the pricing models. So we have retainer, pay-per-result, and upfront. By the way, let me know in the comments if like you can see this. I feel like when I zoom out a bit, like it's really hard to see. So if you can see this, let me know. And if not, the next video I'll just zoom in and like do shit like this, okay? But just let me know how everything looks. Okay? So that's number 4. Number 5, the one that I just wrote down, is beliefs. So the same way I might have had a limiting belief because there's like shit in my room right now that I'm not trustworthy. Like I had that limiting belief for a second, like, oh shit, people might think I'm not trustworthy because I have shit in my room. The same way I have limiting beliefs around that, you are going to have undoubtedly limiting beliefs around your pricing. You're going to think like 10K, like fuck, this is so much money. I'm not worthy of. I'm like either like I'm not worthy or there's not like a lot of value. I can't give. If someone gives me 10K and I give them my service, it's not worth it. Okay. If you think your service is not worth it, you have one of two problems. One, you either have shit, you have a shit service, or number 2, you have limiting beliefs. Okay, so number 1, shit service. It's obvious to you if you have a shit service. If you picked your service before your niche and you're just like, okay, I'll do Google ads for med spas, and then that's you don't think about it anymore. Okay, I'm doing Google ads for med spas. I'll figure it out. You probably have a shit service. But the limiting beliefs come in where you've clearly defined your service. You clearly defined that your service is valuable and that it does solve a big pain point for your niche because value is created when pain is alleviated. If you know, like deep down, you kind of know that your service is really valuable, but you still just feel like 10K, that's a lot of money. It's a limiting belief, and that's normal because who you are right now, making like 0K per month. This guy is not the same person as you making 10K per month. This guy, got some eyebrows. So this guy and this guy are two different people, and so to make 10K per month, all you need to do is sign one person at this amount. Okay, and you here is kind of scared because if this version of you with shit eyebrows sees that you're gonna evolve into this person with cool eyebrows, then he knows that he's gonna die, and he has a survival bias, so he doesn't want to die. So he's gonna tell you, like, this is a really cool way to see it. He's gonna tell you, like, this version of you, the version of you want to kill to become the new version of you that makes 10K per month. He's gonna tell you, like, oh no, 10K per month is way too much. Don't charge that much. And yeah, he's gonna tell you that, and that's really what the majority of limiting beliefs are. If you can see them like this, you're gonna have a crazy advantage. Everybody's gonna be giving into the limiting beliefs, and when you see a limiting belief, number 1, be mindful. So ideally, you're meditating, so you can kind of cache your thoughts and kind of have a meta perspective of what you're thinking. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, when you know what you're thinking, if you can catch them and be like, wait, this is this guy talking to me and trying to talk me out of becoming this guy, that's going to be really powerful for you, okay? And 99% of people don't have that ability. So just keep that in mind, okay? So it's mainly limiting beliefs, and sometimes it will be shit, okay? Don't say it's a limiting belief when you have a shit product, and don't say you have a shit product when you have a limiting belief. Deep down, you'll know, okay? So those are really the main things. It's kind of been all over the place, but I hope you have gotten value from this, because I know this can help a lot of you if you do pay attention. Yeah, so please, if you did find this valuable, like, so you can see more videos similar to this. Subscribe, but don't turn on the notification bell. Obviously, I don't want you getting distracted while you're working with notifications of my uploads, especially because I'm uploading like a short every day. So don't turn on the notification bell. If you want to see more unedited raw videos where I just kind of give value and just ramble for a bit, tell me, because I really do enjoy making this style of video. But I'm not even gonna send this to my editor. I'm gonna stop recording and I'm just gonna click upload. Okay. If you do like videos like that, tell me in the comments and tell me what other subjects you want me to make videos on. Okay. because, you know, this is on pricing. I just kind of had the idea of doing pricing. Tell me what you want to learn, because if you're a beginner agency owner, you probably do need help, and there's like questions you want answered. So tell me in the comments, and I will make a video on it. Like I'll like have a screenshot. Like, this guy said this, so I'm gonna show you how this works. Okay. And if you are a beginner agency owner, the first link in the bio is a VSL that's designed to get you on a sales call so I can tell you something. But I wouldn't put it there if I didn't think it could genuinely help you. So if you are a beginner agency owner, there's a link right there. I would encourage you to click on it and just see if you're going to be a good fit. Okay. And then if you don't want to click that, there's another link that'll send you to the free school community. And basically, we have 2 weekly calls. We have a Q&A call, and we have a live lecture. Okay, so a bunch of value for you. Yeah, so definitely do that and book a call with me. Okay, so those are the main things. Those are the 5 main things. Just to recap: number 1, price to value discrepancy. Number 2, virtuous versus vicious cycle of pricing. Number 3, price is a communication of value. Number 4, pricing models. And number 5, limiting beliefs. Okay, so thank you for sticking around to the end. If you've genuinely watched to the end, then you have an attention span, and I can tell there's a good chance you're gonna be successful. Okay, so big props to you if you've watched this far, and book a call, join the school community, and comment right now what you want me to make a video on. Okay, see you. Bye bye.